Hello. Thank you for clicking on this link. I'm Dan.Pfister, and this is Healthcare Stories. Hire staff who have range. Developing staff is an objective of leadership. Goals are identified and assigned at performance reviews. These are all beneficial policies and have a long history within human resource disciplines that are outside my expertise. But I want to suggest that prior to assigning stretch goals, it is important for leaders to recruit staff into their organization who have range. I'm going to leverage this point from a book that I'd like to recommend called Range: Why Generalists Triumph in a Specialized World by David Epstein. The book argues that having range or diverse experiences across multiple fields is more valuable than specialization, because modern problems require solution design skills to bridge the gaps in between different work streams. I'll let you discover for yourself the author's points, but I want to expand on his perspective in terms of healthcare and specifically around a supply chain patient support organization. Everything in a hospital is specialized. Every department excels in what they do. But every team is dependent on every other team doing what they do to a very high level of quality. A nurse needs to start an IV. The needles, syringes, preps, tourniquets, normal saline need to be available on the shelf. That is dependent on the materials handler who manages that stocking location. A patient needs to go to radiology for an X-ray. That is dependent on the transporter being available. Every therapy requires another department or another vertical to pick up the action as it is handed off to the next therapy. The reality of role-focused jobs is everyone tends to stay within the scope of their job. And that totally makes sense. People need to have their roles and a management structure, job descriptions, policies, and procedures. But follow-through, thinking about making things better, curiosity, ownership, not staying in your lane, innovation, creativity are the tools needed to solve problems and build solutions. On another video, I will discuss a patient-centric supply chain, a perspective of looking at the supporting structure that patient care is dependent on. But for now, I want to emphasize that the key component of a patient-centric supply chain of improving workflows and driving change are the people. In building your team, you need to emphasize range, thinking outside the box, creativity, innovation, whatever you want to call it. But the people who are doing the job every day see the holes in the floor. They step around them, over them, or just put up with them. I ordered Mr. Jones's dinner an hour ago. The ICU bed isn't ready yet. The case cart was picked wrong. The bin is empty. Has the lab come for the blood draw? There are endless opportunities to make things better, but there is not a single department that owns the throughput processes. The connection points, the glue that underscores all the patient events are supplies, equipment, and support services. The people you want on your team need to have the ability to ride the elevator from the basement to the penthouse and interact with all levels and cultures within the organization. From housekeeping to the CEO, the team needs to discover, scope, and then develop solutions that improve the gaps in between the handoffs. Look for staff who are curious, who bring back observations, learnings, crazy ideas on how to make things better. Encourage innovation, and over time, your team will be acknowledged as the go-to group to drive change in the health system.